What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday. I hope it's a great one. If you are just getting your day started, I hope it's off to a great start. If you're already in motion, I hope it is flowing and feeling easeful and amazing. Get a little sip real quick. So, listen, if you've been here before and you've joined me for these fabulous lives on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, you already know what to do. Pop up in them comments. Let me know what's up. Let me know you're in the building. Say hey, hey. And if it's your first time tuning in, I'm super excited to have you. I'm glad you stopped by. My name is Nana Badu. I'm a style coach. I am a stylist, an image consultant. I'm a speaker. But my favorite, above all, is just a hype woman for Black women who want to feel more confident about their style. Boom, bop. Okay, that's what I do. And I'm happy that I get to work with some incredible women on their journey to just stepping into a more authentic place about the way that they dress, a place of power about the way that they dress, and just understanding that it is okay to be themselves fully and wholly in every and any space that they enter. So that's a little about me. Tell me a little bit about you. Okay. So listen, today's conversation is all about fit. All right. We are talking about how clothing fits on your body. And specifically, I'm going to talk to you about three different things that you need to stop doing for your clothes to fit better. All right. So these are some habits, some thoughts, some beliefs that you need to pump the brakes on, baby, because you want to shift into a better and healthier and just a better space about knowing and feeling good in your clothing. Okay. So let's get into number one. I want you to stop focusing on just wearing one size. So, what does this mean? Stop focusing on just wearing one size. I want you to stop attaching yourself with the grip hold on the size of the clothing and saying that I only wear that size and that's the only size I wear and I don't wear anything else. Okay. Let's release that. Let's release. Okay. So here's why I want you to stop doing this and why this is problematic. Okay. Let's say, you wear a size 8. Okay. You generally wear a size 8 in most places that you shop. Okay. Most brands, most stores, you pull a size 8, tends to fit well. You walk into a different store and the size 8 doesn't fit well and you lose it because you're like, wait, I got to go up to size 10. I'm not a 10. I'm an 8. I'm an 8. I'm a diehard 8. But the 10 fits better. Okay. You have to detach yourself from the size, from the number. Like it is very common and okay to fluctuate up or down in a size. So you might be 8 in most stores, but in some stores you enter, you might have to go up to the 10 or you go down to the 6. It is okay. All right? And especially I'm talking specifically about when you have to go up in a number, because that is where all the issues come in, right? That's where, oh my gosh, I ain't trying to wear no bigger size. Like I've been on my plan, I've been on my fitness, I'm on my wellness journey, I done bought my new workout clothes, and you trying to tell me that I'm supposed to be a size 8 and now I gotta wear a size 10 in these jeans. What? Levi's, get out my face. It's okay. It is literally okay. What's up, Portia? Thanks, girl. Where did I get this sweater from? It's actually a sweatshirt. Oh, you know what? I got this from Indigo Style. It is a thrift shop, okay? It is a thrift store. It's like a thrift store. It's a multi-purpose store. It's like a boutique. They have carry different brands, and then they have some thrifting pieces in. Of course, it's black owned and fabulous, okay? Fortunately, my size are all over the place, especially because I like stuff from the vintage era. Now that's the thing. And listen, the real deal about why it's important for you to focus less on the number and more how the garment fits on your body is because if you're so attached to the size, you could be missing out on a piece fitting you phenomenally well simply because you don't want to go up in one size. And that's just a dumb reason. Like it really, I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you, it's a dumb reason. Okay. And listen, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well, all right? Because it's so natural as you gain weight, as your body shifts, as you gain muscle, maybe you working out and you're gaining some muscle, as you're having a baby, whatever is happening with you, um, your body can shift, okay? Your body can shift in size and shape. And so as it does this, allow yourself to detach from feeling like I'm only wearing one number, especially if your body is shifting and it's going up, or in some cases too, if it's going down. If it's going in any direction that makes you feel discomfort, like allow yourself to release from the attachment to that number. It's a range. It is literally a range. Okay, you're sizing the fit. It's a range, and every store has a different model and approach to how clothes are going to fit you. Exactly, boy, we focusing on the fit, not the size. Okay, yes, I'm gonna tell you about this store. When you come to Brooklyn, must go, you'll love it. um but it's really important for you to understand that each brand has a fit model. Okay, so when they are creating patterns, all right, for their garments, and they're creating a sample, right, they make a sample and they say, okay, we're going to make this dress, and this is we need models to come in because we're making this dress on an actual human being's body so we can see how it fits, and we can make small alterations around the bust, around the length, the hem, all these types of things. So they have to bring in models who they call fit models to put on these samples. And y'all know where I'm going with this, okay? It is critical that it is, I should say it's critical, but it directly impacts you on who they select to wear their sample clothing, because that's what the fit of these garments are based on. So whether that person is a size 2, size 12, or a size 22 directly impacts how it fits on you and what size it will be when you go to the store to purchase it. All right. So it's not personal, it is business. Like there is a process behind how that size gets determined for you. All right. And so allow yourself to know I might shift. So, even as an example, when I'm shopping for my clients, there are different brands that are based in the UK. And when we're shopping in Europe, I'm like, yo, easily, you might wear the 8, get the 10. Like, I'm going to just tell you off top, buy the size 10, because a lot of times the garments tend to fit more, are sized down. Like there's definitely more, oh, this is a size 8, but it tends to fit like a 6. Like, and also too, when you're dealing with brands that are not in the United States, different fit models for sure. Okay, so like be conscious of, like, there is a whole entire business and a process behind this. Okay. Listen, that's what happens. So it's not like they coming for you and being like, what's happening? And a lot of times, some people who are like really brand loyal, like if you always wear Levi's jeans, like that's your go-to, they fit well, etc. And then you try on a different style because they have all kinds of different cuts. It might be a boot cut, might be high rise, mid rise, wide leg, and then especially a lot more brands now are having more curvy lines associated, right? So depending on what your shape is, if you are more slender through your waist and your hips, you might be able to fit, one type of style in the jeans. But if you have more curves through your booty and your hips or your waist, maybe you're going for more of the curvy line of things. So also within that, that could mean a bunch of different things. So the size could definitely vary. You might be a 10 in their standard, but you might be an 8 on the curvy line. So again, stop attaching yourself with a number and stop restricting yourself to wearing one size. Allow yourself to wear multiple sizes. Focus on what fits you well. Okay. Focus on what fits you well. All right. And even that notion of what fits you well, I want to break that down a little bit for a second. So, when we're talking about what fits you well, here are the things to keep in mind generally when we're talking about what fits you well. You want to focus on 3 areas: your bust. Does it fit well for the girls? Are the boobs, do they have air to breathe? Are we not putting them in a chokehold? All right. We want them to breathe. All right. The waist. Okay. The waistline, especially the belly area, okay? Because your waist is the smallest part of your body. And typically that is right above the belly. It's usually right above the belly button. So your waist versus your natural waist, which is a little lower, which is where most of us probably wear our pants, which is right around the belly button area. That natural waist area tends to be, for some folks who are like, listen, the pandemic got me, okay, and I put on some pounds and just life be life, and that's where we gain weight, right? The belly area. For most women, this is the region. For everybody, this is the region where we tend to gain a lot of weight. So we can be very self-conscious about that area. Okay. So you want to make sure that clothing fits you well in that midsection. The third area is around the hips. All right. When you think about how everything is fitting around your hips, that's going to include your booty because it's circumference we're talking about. All right. So you're going around your hips all the way around your booty, and you want that to fit well too. Okay. So those are the 3 areas: your bust, your midsection, and your hips. You want your clothing to fit well in those 3 areas. If it fits well in those 3 areas, guaranteed, you're going to be feeling popping. You're going to feel like, yes, the thing is on point. All right. So, number 1, stop focusing so much on I only wear one size. Allow yourself to expand beyond that. Number 2, stop favoring too small over too big. Stop favoring too small over too big. Nana, what you mean? What you talking about? Is you coming for me? You coming for my neck? Maybe. So listen, if you are talking about putting on clothing, okay, and even I was just breaking down those 3 sections: your bust, your midsection, your hips, okay? Oftentimes, we will try on those Levi jeans and we will be like, well, they're just a little too small, but that's okay. They're just a little too tight, but that's all right. I'm on my weight loss plan, so it's about to go down. I did this yesterday. And then I went right back and said, no, let me get the larger size. Okay. Like, you tend to think it's okay. You feel more comfortable being like, well, it's just a little too small versus, okay, well, these are a little bit big, right? They're a little bit big in the waist, but they fit really well in the booty and the hips. So you know what? I'm going to get the bigger size because guess what I can do? I can get it altered. Right? Celebrate, celebrate. Okay. You can just get alterations. All right. If you buy something that is too small, you are putting so much pressure on yourself to change and alter your body to fit the clothing versus buying something that's a little too big and getting the alterations. Alter the clothing to fit your body. Okay. Did you hear what I said? You do not need to alter your body to fit the clothes. Alter your clothes to fit your body. All right. Take that pressure off of yourself. Okay. If you get the larger size, sis, just pay the $10 and get the alterations. All right? Like it is a game changer. Like that is going to serve you way better. Okay. Versus you feeling like, well, I bought them because I thought I was going to lose that additional 5 pounds, but I haven't. And now they're sitting in your closet and they're not worn. And every time you look at them, you get mad. Why? Just buy the bigger size and wear your jeans. Okay. Just wear them. Like that. It's so you really want to shift your perspective on, is it too small or too big? We feel like too big is bad, but too small is okay. Like that's enough. Like that's okay. It's not. It's that, right? Usually too small means too tight. Okay? Too small be meaning too tight, sis. Okay? And usually it is too tight on your bust, on your midsection, on your hips, which includes your booty. Okay? And especially if you're talking about being in the workplace too, these can be areas where you are like, you know what? Sometimes I don't want to draw all that attention to some of these areas and have everybody look at my assets. Okay. Some of them assets you want to save for the weekends. All right. We get it. Okay. But this is where you have that really thin line of like, what do I feel like is a quality fit versus what is something that is just too tight. If you have a pair of trousers, it's a very different feel for something to be a straight leg or a wide leg cut pant versus it to feel more like a legging, okay? Or more like the hot pants that we about to go out to the lounge, or about to go out for drinks with the girls or go to date night with hubby. Like, there is a differentiation between that and the fit. All right. And so again, there's too tight and there's it fits well. Okay. And so and some of this is just like intuitively you know this, right? And if you don't, and sometimes you tend to favor on things fitting too tight or too big, then you need to adjust your perspective on what you're seeing when you're looking in the body, when you're looking at your body in the mirror. Okay. Like that is something within you that you got to look at and say, okay, I tend to look at things in terms of how they're fitting on myself, and I'm either skewing that things are looking too big or they're looking too small. All right. So things you want to think about and keep in mind, like there are different styles and cuts for things, right? We're just breaking some of this down. If you are looking at a pair of jeans are the easiest. And I know it's a great reference because I know it's one of the things that people struggle with the most. Like, I can't find jeans. I can't find jeans. Yes, you can. There's plenty of jeans out there. But when you're looking at jeans, if you are looking at a slim fit or skinny pair of jeans, right? Skinny jeans are form fitting. Okay. Like they are form fitting. They are meant for you to see the silhouette of the booty, see the silhouette of the hips. Okay. Show off them calves. You've been in the gym working on your fitness. Like it is meant to show off your body shape. Okay. Now we all know you don't want your jeans to fit too tight, and then all of a sudden the roundness in the booty becomes like flatter like a pancake. That's not the fit that you're going for because that's not complimenting your body. So if it's too tight, it tends to hug in your body in the different areas in an unflattering way for you that then makes you feel uncomfortable. Okay? So here's the thing. Allow yourself some breathing room. It doesn't have to be so tight or so fitted or so small. Like small is not necessarily the best fit. Like there's no best fit for any stage. Like this is the best. This always looks the best. This always looks the best. Like allow yourself to like move away and out of that kind of line of thinking. All right? Like you've got to find a different association and allow yourself to feel better in clothing that's going to give you some breathing room. All right. And a lot of times that breathing room comes in the midsection. All right. Sometimes we are so focused on, well, I either want it to, again, you're thinking too small, too big. So that midsection area, you tend to go oversized and wear things that are too big and covering you up, and you're hiding because you've gained weight and you think, oh, the best thing for me to do is actually wear clothes that are a little too big because I put on a few pounds. No, you don't have to wear clothes that are a little too big. Wear clothes that are smooth, that are going to create a smooth finish along the midsection. All right. It doesn't have to be tight. And then you see, you feel like your body is spilling over. Okay. Or you feel like you can't eat anything because when you sit down, everything's going to pop out. Like, it doesn't have to be that. All right. But you don't want it to be so big that you're like, I just wear everything loose and baggy and I'm covering up my body and you can't even see where my shape is. All right. So you do want to create a smooth finish around the waist and the midsection. And you want to create that smooth finish around most areas of your body. Like, that's going to give you a really nice fit, especially when we're talking about slacks or anything that we're looking at that is a little bit more form fitting. Okay. It's not tight, but it is form fitting, which allows you to see your shape. Okay. So again, allow yourself not to feel like the preference is, in a lot of cases, and this is not for everyone, okay, but I'm definitely speaking from the experience of the women that I've worked with, and this is the most common thing that I see, is that there's often a preference for, well, this is just a little bit too small, but I can make it work. Why don't we just go up a size, get the alterations, and then you get the fit that you need, versus, oh, I'm just going to lose a couple of pounds and then it's going to fit well. That's too much pressure. Too much pressure. Whether you lose the pounds or not, you want to wear the jeans in a week. Too much pressure. It's too much pressure. Okay. So just release that. Release that. All right. So the other piece about that is just the magic of having a tailor, a seamstress, your go-to person that you can take your clothing to, and they are going to make alterations, and then the fit is going to be popping. All right. So if you are petite, if you are tall and have long legs, if you have a larger bust, whatever it is about your body that you in particular feel probably the most self-conscious about. Okay. And that doesn't mean that everybody else is feeling conscious about it, because most everybody else ain't even paying no mind. Okay. But we feel very self-conscious about different parts of our body. So the magic of having a tailor is that they can cater to those areas and make sure that you get the fit that you desire. So then that way, you don't look at that part of your body as a limitation, because it's not. It's not a limitation that you're short and then you feel like, I can't find any pants that fit me because I'm short. It's a lie. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, you're lying to yourself. There are plenty of brands that carry pants in petite. So many. Okay. And if you want to go to the store and buy pants and they don't have petite section, this is where that tailor comes in. Okay. And you're going to pay the extra $8 to get the hem done. Easy peasy. All right. Be willing to make that investment to get the fit in a better place for yourself. All right. The other thing I want to mention is around fit and kind of this notion of like too big versus too small, is that sometimes, depending on our shape, we will allow things. This is especially too where that like it's just enough, like that it's a little too small, but I'll take it, comes into play, is that you aren't going for a great fit in all three areas that I mentioned earlier around the body, because one area is a little bigger than the other. So you tend to allow the garment to just fit enough for that area. And then it's like, okay, everything else is fine. So as an example, you might have a large bust. All right. Maybe with the triple D's, I done seen F's, I done seen J's, like you have a large bust size. Okay. And then you do get a little bit more you know, you are smaller. Come on, words. You are smaller in your waist and maybe even smaller in your hips, but your bust is the largest part of your body. Okay. So you do feel like you struggle to find tops that fit well on you. All right. If I'm speaking to you, drop a me. That's me in the chat. Um, so if you feel like clothes are fitting, or you struggle, if you feel like you struggle to find tops that fit you well because of your bust size, or any size part of your body that you feel like is the largest part of your body. Okay, that could be the waist, that could be the bust, that could be the waist, the midsection. Maybe you feel like your belly is too big. Not even feel like, it just is. Like that's, we all have a part of our body that is the largest. Okay. Um, so maybe you feel like that. Maybe for you it is the midsection, or maybe it's your hips and your booty. Okay. So in this example, we're talking about your bust. So you struggle with tops. So what happens is you tend to say, okay, I'm going to just get just enough on the bust, right? Because then I'm looking at, you try something on, it fits just enough on the bust, but they're squeezed in a little bit. I don't got enough room to breathe, right? But you're like, but it fits well on the waist and my hips. It fits well everywhere else. So it's tight here, but I know my breasts are big. So I just settle for it being too tight or too small on my breast just a little bit, because that's all that I can find, right? Like that's just what it is. You've settled for things fitting too small on those parts of your body because you're focused on the other parts, the waist and the hips, and things fitting well here. Okay. If it's you, let me know. All right. Here's what you need to stop doing. Here's what you need to start shifting into. You've got to say to yourself, no, I need more room in the chest. So let me go up in the size. Please go up in the size and get the size that fits the best on the largest part of your body, or the widest part of your body. All right. So if your breasts are the largest part, you got the girls, make sure the garment fits well here. All right. When you're doing alterations or making any kind of changes to clothing, you can always make it smaller. You can always take the clothing in. All right. It's much harder to try to add some material. Talking about, well, you know what I mean? I just got to add a little bit of material and then it'll fit well. No, sis, it's the other way around. Get the larger size. And when you try it on, you're going to be like, oh, but now it's too big. No, now you have some space and you have some room for the tailor to take it in a bit, and then it will fit well. All right. Then you're like, okay, well, now it's too big all the way around. Don't think about it being too big. Think about, do I have room for it to fit well in the largest part of my body? Not just enough too small. Think, do I have enough room here? Yes, I have more room in the bust. This feels more comfortable. Okay. I'm not limited about what kind of bra I can wear underneath this thing because I got some room to breathe. Like, you're releasing the limitations. You following me? You flowing with this? Let me know. All right. So focus on getting the garment that fits the best in that largest part of your body. And then take it in all the other areas. So you might go up one size and actually be like, well, it fits perfect now in the bust. But shoot, it's a little bit big in my waist, in my hips. No problem. Take that sucker to the tailor and let the tailor take it in on your waist and your hips. Okay. A seamstress will change your life. All right. Poor said there was a man in Jewish matchmaking on Netflix. Is that a thing? I didn't even know that. Who wore clothes that didn't fit. They got him new clothes and it took years off that man's life. Listen. It will take years off your life, okay? Yeah. Yes, Sherry Shepherd is a great example. Super large bust. Homegirl is a J for sure. Like her tatas are large, okay? And she don't hide them, and she shouldn't, okay? Like that's her body, you know? And then she's got a much smaller waist and hips, okay? So she has what you call an inverted triangle, or an apple shape, right? Because she's larger on top and gets smaller towards the hips. But yes, you could definitely tell Homegirl got the TV show and she got a stylist. And yes, ma'am, they are at the tail of getting them alterations all day. Okay. Or you're getting things custom made for you. All right. That's the next level. All right. But for right now, for you, get the larger size. Like, get the larger size, make sure it fits that largest part of your body, get the alterations to make it fit well everywhere else. Okay. Okay. This gets into the last thing that you need to stop doing so that you can have a better fit for your clothes. And this is more about a mindset. We've been talking about it a bit, but I haven't spelled it out for you. Basically, stop thinking that everything should fit perfectly as soon as you buy it. So stop thinking that everything should fit perfectly when you go into that dressing room to try it on, or when you order it online and you try it on at home. Okay? Stop thinking that it has to fit perfectly the first time, like right off the rack, right off the order, like right off the shipment, boom, put it on. It doesn't fit perfect. It's trash. No. Like clothes are meant to be altered. I already told you guys earlier about fit models. So if you understand that every single piece of clothing is not necessarily just going to fit me well as soon as I order it. Like that is going to happen. There are definitely going to be brands that you're going to be able to order, wear it, the tops, the jeans, the pants, the dresses, they fit you well. And those are your go-tos and your staples. And you should hang on to those brands because those are ones that are great. You know, you can order with ease because you know your size and there's comfort in that and it fits you well. The challenge here is that if you've been rocking with those brands for a while and you're starting to feel like you're in a style rut or things are getting boring, you're ordering the same things, outfits are looking the same, and you want to change things up, right? So that means that you want to shop at some different places, that you want to add some different accessories or different clothing into what you're already purchasing to add some flavor to the mix, okay? You need a little more salt, pepper, oregano, cayenne, you know what I'm saying? You give that thing. So that means you got to be open to shopping at different places. All right. So when you're doing that, it might happen that you find the size and boom, you try it on and it fits great. But it might also happen that you try it on and it's not a perfect fit. That is okay. It doesn't mean just return it, take it back. All right. It means you got to ask yourself some questions. Does it fit in the largest part of my body, which is oftentimes the part of your body that you're the most conscious about or self conscious about? So ask yourself that. Okay. So if it's the midsection for you, all right, and you order some new pants, like ask yourself, when you put those pants on, do they fit well? All right. Can you pull the waistband a little bit and be like, okay, yeah, I got a little bit of room in there so I can eat and still get, some expansion when I sit down and I can have a nice meal. All right. If you put a belt on, is the belt creasing in the back? Y'all seen it. Oh, I can't stand it. In the back, when you put a belt on, that back loop, is it creasing? The belt, the belt is supposed to be straight. Okay. The belt is supposed to be straight like this. And then all of a sudden, the belt is too small or the pants are too small. Try and get it too tight, and that belt starts just cracking. No. All right. It needs to be flush. It needs to be straight. All right. So if that's happening, sis, okay? We talked about it. C number 2, tailor. All right. Go up in the size and get the alterations. but you need to stop feeling like everything is just supposed to fit perfectly every single time I try it on. And if it's not a perfect fit, it's not a good garment. No. All right. Sometimes you have to alter the clothing to fit your body, period. So allow yourself to have your tailor or your seamstress be that person that gets that Christmas gift at the end of the year, or whatever holiday goodwill gift that you want to give them to say, thank you for being part of my life. All right. Like, just accept that. And if you do not have a tailor or seamstress, run to Google, run to Yelp, and put in your address and find one. All right. It's very simple to find a tailor. Look for one that has four out of 5 or 5 stars on their ratings and go see them. Like, the people will tell you. The people are love to give a review. Okay. So do that, but release the notion that, oh, it didn't fit perfectly when I tried it on, so I have to return it. No, you need to look at it in the mirror. You need to ask some questions, okay? You need to ask yourself some questions. You have to ask yourself, does it fit well in other areas? And does it fit well the most in the areas of my body that are the largest? Is that the chest? Is that the midsection? Is that the hips, booty? Those are the 3 areas. If it's fitting well in those areas, sis, or it's fitting well in whichever areas of those that is the largest for you, it's great. And if it is a little too big, okay, all around, if it's just too big, obviously you're going to then say, okay, do I need to size down, right? And check out the next size below. Okay. So allow yourself to know that especially when you're changing things up with your wardrobe, like, you got to get into the shopping process. This is part of the process. This is just it. It requires you ordering clothes, trying them on, making some returns, making some exchanges. Like, that is the process. It takes time. So get out of this perfection. It didn't work the first time. That brand is trash. I'm never wearing them again. Seriously? Like, try it in a different size. Try a different garment type, right? See if this is something that you really love. Because if it's something that you love and you're like, I love this color, I love the texture. Oh, this is going to be a great blazer for my wardrobe. This is going to be a statement go-to. And it's fitting well, buttons well across the bust, but you're just looking at the sleeves and you're like, man, but the sleeves are too long. Ugh, it's too big. Return it. Why return it when you can just simply get some alterations and shorten the sleeve length? And then it's great. So stop thinking that everything has to fit perfectly the first time. All right. Get out of that. Get out of that. All right. All right, y'all. So we're going to recap. You need to stop focus on wearing just one size. You do not just have to wear one size. Allow yourself to wear a range of sizes. We often typically are able to wear a size, at least one size below and one size above, depending on the brand. All right. 2, stop preferring too small over too big or too big over too small. All right. Get that tailor, get that seamstress. Alter the clothing to fit your body so that you can start wearing clothes that fit well. All right. Start wearing pieces that fit you well and stop settling for what is too big or too small because it just covers enough on the part of your body that you more than likely feel the most conscious about. And lastly, stop thinking that everything needs to fit perfectly as soon as you try it on the first time. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. See number 2. Okay. Size up, try different sizes, allow yourself to explore and get into the process. Find yourself that tailor, that seamstress, please. Thank you so much. And make sure that your clothing is fitting you well on your bust, your waist, and your hips/booty. Okay. Listen, I hope these tips were helpful for you. Definitely drop in the comments and let me know which one was a best takeaway for you, or send me a DM, because I know that how clothing fits on your body is very personal. And it's something that oftentimes we struggle with the most when we're thinking about our wardrobe. And that's because as our bodies shift and change, you often feel like, now what do I do with my wardrobe? But it's okay. Like, it is literally okay. A lot of times a tailor can change your life and can change the fit of clothing and allow you to keep a lot of things in your closet even longer than you would have expected. So embrace this. Allow yourself to feel like this is okay, because it is, especially again, if you're in that space where you feel like you're in a style rut and you want to make some changes with your wardrobe. And if you are in that space, you already know, get at your girl, drop me a DM, let me know that you're thinking about making some shifts in your style, or that you want to even gain more knowledge about how things need to fit on your body so that you can be better and smarter about how you're shopping and how you're looking at clothing. Okay. Happy to explore ideas and ways to help you in that department. And we can always hop on a discovery call if you feel like that's something that you're ready to make an investment into. So I hope y'all have a fabulous rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you next week. Peace.